Welcome to Michael Potts F1, everything Formula One, but from a photographer's point of view. Red Bull are the second team to get the 2023 season underway. They had a huge launch party in New York City. It was spectacular. There was a massive announcement, potentially seismic in terms of what it means for Formula One going forward. But in terms of a livery launch, Red Bull might have catfished us, because a few days before the launch, they came out with a tweet saying that there was going to be a blank canvas for their new livery. This got everyone really excited, wondering what the possibilities would be. Were Red Bull going to launch one of their amazing one-off custom designs that are so beautiful? But instead, they launched a traditional Red Bull livery. In fact, it was such a traditional Red Bull livery that it looked exactly like last year's car with a couple of different stickers. Now, I don't know if that means that the entire design department had the winter off, but I don't think we're going to see the real RB19 until testing in Bahrain. I can't remember a car launch where the car presented as the new Challenger looks so similar to last year's car. Since 2005, every Red Bull that's rolled out of the factory has had largely the same livery. It's a beautiful livery, it looks really, really good, but I think people were itching for something new. When you looked at the comments online, you could see that people were very happy with the standard Red Bull livery, but they wanted something more, they wanted something exciting and new. But to satisfy this desire, Red Bull are going to do something quite unique. They have vowed to create 3 custom liveries for 2023. These will be liveries designed by fans, and they'll run in the 3 American races, Miami, Texas, and Las Vegas. This is a great opportunity for you to get the crayons out and design the next Red Bull. Anyway, I am sure we're going to see the new car turn out in Bahrain for testing. I'm sure Red Bull have been designing something brilliant, and they're keeping all of their amazing aerodynamic secrets under wraps. Hopefully. Despite the livery non-event, there was some actual really big important news at this launch. From 2026, Red Bull will be partnering with the Ford Motor Company. This is quite a cool deal because it brings the American manufacturer back into Formula One with the same team that they used to own. Going back a little bit, Jackie Stewart set up a racing team in 1997, and this was largely funded by Ford. And in 1999, the team finished 4th. Then Ford took it over completely, painting the cars green and branding it Jaguar. Jaguar was one of their subsidiaries at the time. Jaguar raced in Formula One for 5 seasons, but the results were largely underwhelming. In 5 years, all they managed were a pair of 3rd places. Ford decided to pull the plug and withdraw from Formula One. They sold the team to Red Bull, but now Ford are coming back home to Milton Keynes, back to the team that they created. The partnership is going to be quite an interesting one. From what it seems, Red Bull will design and build the engines, Ford will provide a lot of funding, and the engines will be branded Ford. It's a great relationship for both parties. Red Bull get to keep their autonomy, and they get a whole bunch of extra funding. Ford get to be associated with one of the best Formula One teams without having to shell out the same expense as the other manufacturers. There is supposed to be a technical partnership between the two, but we're not clear on what this will be. There's been a lot of suggestion that this might be in the software development side, and that could be one of the major battlegrounds in the 2026 engine race. It does leave an open question about what's going to happen at Honda, because Honda have been listed as a supplier of engines for 2026. But currently, they don't have any customers. We're in this bizarre situation where the engine manufacturer who won the past 2 championships currently doesn't have any customers in 2026. They could possibly go back to McLaren. There's a lot of bad blood there, but never say never in Formula One. It wasn't only Red Bull making a return to Milton Keynes, but it was also Daniel Ricciardo. Daniel Ricciardo is not racing in 2023. And he's gone back to where it all began, to rediscover his mojo, to rediscover his passion for Formula One. He started his racing career with Red Bull, but he left in 2018 because he didn't want to be in Max Verstappen's shadow. Moves to Renault and McLaren, while very lucrative, didn't give him the results that he was hoping for. And last year he was completely outperformed by Lando Norris. So now he's back at Red Bull, and he'll be hoping that he can find a path back onto the grid. Something similar to what Alex Albon has done. Who knows, we might see the Honey Badger back on the grid in 2024. Thank you for watching my review of the Red Bull launch party. I really hope you've enjoyed it. I'm sorry there wasn't more exciting livery information to talk about, but hopefully we'll see something special during testing. If you'd like to buy any Red Bull related photographs, there's a link in the description below, plus 10% discount on any purchases that you make if you use the promo code attached. The next launch is Williams on Monday, and I'm particularly excited about this one. I really hope this is going to be a Gulf Oil livery reveal. So until then, goodbye.